Now to China, where anger continues to spread over restrictions that are part of the government's zero COVID policy. Police in Shanghai used pepper spray to drive away demonstrators, and dozens were detained in police sweeps. Calls for the resignation of President Xi and the end of the Communist Party could be deemed sedition, which is punishable by prison. The COVID policy has kept China's death toll much lower than other countries, but it comes at a cost of long spells of confinement and damage to the world's second largest economy. China, meantime, is lashing out against Canada's new Indo-Pacific strategy that describes the country as an increasingly disruptive global power. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson says the content is full of bias because they say it makes unfounded accusations about the so-called China threat. All right, with more, let's turn to CTV's Kevin Gallagher. Kevin, give us the details on this strategy. Really does contain some tough talk on China.
Well, that's one of the big things that stands out, Marcia. Of course, China is Canada's second largest trading partner, but Foreign Affairs Minister Joly didn't hold much back when basically accusing China of, coercive diplomacy, non-market trade practices, forced labor, human rights abuses. And these are things that Joly says that Canada wants to call out more often. They want businesses, Canadian businesses, to have an eyes wide open approach when they're doing business with China. Warning them basically of sort of arbitrary use of Chinese law that can negatively impact Canadian interests, and that they want to stand up for Canadian interests and stand against China on some of the things they're saying China is doing that's sort of counterproductive to the international world order. Now, at the same time, Joly says that Canada is willing to cooperate with China, specifically on things like climate change and, of course, trade in many ways, but it's a more balanced approach and certainly a tougher stance than we've heard in the past. I'll let you hear from the Foreign Affairs Minister.
Well, I think we'll never have to apologize for defending our national interests and without compromising our values. This is the central tenet of the Indo-Pacific strategy. And now, when it comes to China, we have a clear framework when it comes to dealing with the government of China. And we will engage in diplomacy because we think diplomacy is a strength. At the same time, we'll be firm. And that's why we have now a very transparent plan to engage with China.
So, Kevin, this strategy covers more than just China. What else does the policy focus on?
I mean, you have to look at this Indo-Pacific region, Marcia. It's a huge, growing market and, makes up almost 2/3 of the world's population. You have countries like India, you have countries like Indonesia, Japan, South Korea. These are, big markets. Some of them are developed economies, some of them are developing economies. And certainly Canada wants to invest in this region, wants to increase investment in many of the countries within this region. So there is a plan that is what Joly calls basically a sort of starting investment of almost $2.3 billion over the next 5 years. Now, that includes a $240 million to try and boost trade and investment in the region. Nearly $500 million to increase Canada's military footprint in the region, so military influence. That includes another additional naval ship that will patrol the region, as well as participating in military exercises with other allies in the region, and add to that, increasing visa capacity, fighting climate change, accelerating green infrastructure within the region, because of course many of those are island nations, and expanding Canada's diplomatic presence in the region. Now there's, expansion of embassies, consulates, that sort of thing. So having greater ties with many of the countries in the region, while at the same time trying to contain what is seen as the rising influence of China, of course, something that many of the countries in this region, according to Joly, welcome Canada's approach here and welcome the approach to try and, hedge some of this growth. Of course, China, the second largest economy in the world, and a growing military power as well, with conflicts in the South China Sea sort of anticipated, with a lot of disputes over that territory between China and its neighbors, Marcia.
Kevin Gallagher for us in Ottawa. Kevin, thank you for that.